Hello, good afternoon. Okay, let us get day two started. Would I just open up the doors, let everyone in, and we will get started immediately. We're recording, everything is sorted. Okay, welcome to day two. Yesterday we went over the be, do, and have method. So we looked at everything about aligning ourselves to what it is that we want to show up in our life. So where you're at the moment, okay? I want you just to, doesn't matter where you're at, doesn't matter what you're doing, I want you to pause for a second. I want you to pause and I want you to take a breath, okay? I want you to take a breath and I want you to just to be present. Now, as we spoke about yesterday, every single call that we have, every single time I come on, I get every single person to take a moment and I get them to just be present now, okay? So, welcome to this amazing transformative lesson where we are going to explore you. We're going to explore you and the connection that you have between your desires and your action. So many of us have so many desires for what it is that we want in our life. We can hope, we can wish, we can pray, we can beg, but all it is aligning our desires and inspired action then to achieve the dreams that we want. So for anyone joining us new today that wasn't on yesterday, my name is Melanie Breslin and I am the CEO of Elite Mindset Academy. I take you from where you're at now to where you want to be at goal achieved. And I know without any doubt at all, when you're in my energy, that I can get you to where you want to be. So today, we're all here together and I'm just seeing, yeah, we're all joining in, everybody's coming in, and I'm so excited for this journey today. Because over these 2 days, we have an understanding about what it is that we want. And we hear so many people talking about setting goals and goal achieving processes and what do I need to do? The one thing that a lot of people are missing is not what I need to do. How do I need to think? How do I need to think? So what am I thinking? Everyone that I've been speaking to would always say to me, well, how did you get there? How did you get there? Tell me how. It wasn't the how. I had no idea the how. I still have no idea the how and how I'm going to get to where I want to be. But it's what was I thinking? What was I thinking? What was the identity that I held? Did I tap into that true desire? So we're achieving these dreams, okay? So today we're going to really draw upon the understanding of the understanding that anything is possible. We looked at yesterday and we looked at the beliefs that we had. We looked at, who we were aware of being now in this moment is creating the results that we're having. Doesn't matter where you're at. Doesn't matter how long you're studying this material. We can study it for years. I know people have been studying 20, 30 years and the results aren't changing. Why? Because they're not completely embodying it. They're not completely and totally embodying it. And a lot of people are expecting to get there. Oh, only as soon as I get there, as soon as I get that job title, as soon as I get that number on the scales, as soon as I get, I will be fulfilled. Along this journey, we will understand it is studying ourselves. It is coming within, seeing who we are, in turn leading us to where we want to go. Okay? So let's really jump on board, okay? And understand this, opening our heart. Now, when I say opening our heart, that's where your desire is at. And we're going to go into desire today. So I want you to open your heart today. And I want you to open not just your heart, but also your mind. Because a closed mind isn't going to be open to any new ideas. I had a closed mind for years. And it was like, the only way I could visually say it was like as if it was Pandora's box. I was afraid to open it up because I didn't know what was on the other side. So we're going to open our heart, we're going to open our mind, and we're going to delve deep into our inner selves. into our inner selves, and understanding that we're not separated from the universe. We are part of the universe, of everything around us. We are all one, okay? But today I want to begin with desire. If you don't have your notebook and pen, go get it now, okay? Go get it now and start to take notes from when I say that goal achieved, that higher, truer version, things that's just popping into your mind. Don't reject them. Just put them on paper. Ask the question, okay? So first and foremost, I want to define what desire is, okay? And really understand that desires are the whispers of your soul. That small whisper. Wouldn't it be great if... Just imagine if that was possible. Because this is them whispers are calling you to step into your authenticity, to embrace the true power. So that true power that is there inside you. Do you ever hear, because it feels so much, it kind of bubbles up inside you and then you push it down? Oh, I can't do that. I would love to, but I can't do that. Maybe in a few weeks' time, maybe in a few years' time, but I can't do that. Based on our current circumstances. So that desire is the true essence of who you are that is coming to the surface. These are not just passing thoughts, guys. This is who you are truly meant to be. So these desires, they embody your truest potential, linked to the purpose we have on this planet. Now I'll rewind back, and I spoke yesterday about who I became along this journey. I always knew that there was something more. I always knew that I was capable of being so much more than what I thought. And every time it would have come up, the fear held me back. Fear of other people's opinions. Fear of failure. Oh my goodness, I'd failed so many times I couldn't fail again. Now I lean into failing. Now I lean into falling forward. But that version of me, and much as I love her, she was getting the same results over and over again. She was doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting different results. But all we are doing here is we are studying ourselves. And I had this conversation with my husband this morning. We went for a coffee this morning. We do a lot of masterminding together. And at the beginning of my journey, I had no idea at all on what I needed. I knew I had asked for help. I had asked for guidance. I had put out, there has to be a better way to live. There has to be something more. And I vocally said it, attached with so much emotion, while I was basically having a breakthrough. I don't like using that word breakdown, but having a breakthrough on my kitchen floor. And the tears were just streaming from my face, thinking there has to be a different way. And that's when Mr. Bob Proctor came into my life. And so true, one person can change the whole trajectory of your path, of your life. And that is when my journey started. Even though it started previously when I was maybe 15, 16, I was always searching, gathering information, really gathering more and more and more information. But it was just when I understood that I had that desire inside me. I knew I had so much more potential. I knew that I had a purpose here. I didn't know what it was. And I had been searching everything externally from me. Because our desires serve as a compass leading you towards your fulfillment and joy. Joy, abundance, love, prosperity. Your desires, they guide you to what really resonates with your essence. Think about a desire that you've had recently. It's whatever it may be. How did it make you feel? Did it light that fire truly inside you? Really burning inside you? And feeling that this is the first step. This is the first step to uncovering those desires. We're not suppressing them anymore. We're not pushing them away. We're not hiding behind anything. Like, this is the moment. And I invite you now to close your eyes just for a second and visualize one of your heart's deepest desires. I want you to feel that. I want you to embrace it. I want you to understand that this desire exists inside you for a reason. It's part of your journey, and only your journey. This is your unique journey. It's waiting for you to acknowledge it. It's not just sitting there, it's been placed there for a reason. You would not desire this unless it was possible for you to achieve it. It would be impossible. Okay? If you can think it, if you can desire it, and I mean truly desire it, it is so possible for you to achieve it. So look at what desire is. Desire is the first step to riches. And this book, Think and Grow Rich, it's a book that Bob, Bob was my mentor. And Bob read this for oh my goodness, years. I think over 65 years he read this book. And one of the chapters is desire. And it's the starting point of all achievement. Sorry, I'll start that again. The starting point of all achievement is desire. So every person who wins in any undertaking must be willing to burn his ships and cut all sources of retreat. So how much do you desire it? I know my goal, okay? And when I started off with my journey, I would have wrote out my goal and hoped and wished and maybe, and then my goal is every time I achieved a goal, I have a box full of goal cards. But every single time that I achieved a goal, I moved on to the next goal, I moved on to the next goal, and I kept stretching them and stretching them. Now my C-type goal is so far beyond what I could ever think is possible for me, but I have so much desire. And I know that I've got desire. I have a desire backed by that burning knowingness that I am going to achieve it. I am going to do whatever my goal demands. And it's exactly the same as it says here. Every person who wins in any undertaking must be willing to burn his ships and cut all sources of retreat. Who's got a backup plan? Who's got I'll just do it when it's convenient. I'll hop on a call whenever it suits me. Or are you going to do whatever your goal demands? If your goal demands you to show up every single second of the day, are you going to do that? Or are you just going to do it when it's convenient? So many people are just dipping in and dipping out. And it's not being criticizing yourself, or it's not putting pressure on yourself. Guys, this is putting standard on yourself. It's putting standard knowing that you are being this version of you every single second of the day. And when you're being this version, every cell of your body is vibrating at that frequency of that goal achieved. It must, by universal law, move into physical form. Why? Because we're vibrating at that frequency. And as Bob says, we're turning the magnet on in our body. And we're attracting to us exactly what it is that we want. So Napoleon Hill goes on to say, belief is the faith that you will attain what you desire. This faith resides you to achieve your definite major purpose, first by enabling you to recognize opportunity the moment it arrives, and second, by preparing you to act on it immediately. You cannot be ready to receive that which you desire until you believe that you can and will acquire it. So believing that you can and you will acquire it. So this goes on to show us and to delve into your imagination. So belief requires imagination, the ability to think beyond perceived limitations and to approach all ideas and opportunities with an open mind. This is why I say at the beginning of the call, open your heart, open your mind. So whenever you have that desire, and so many of us, we would say that we want A, B, and C, but because truly we think we can't achieve it, we don't want to disappoint ourselves. We don't want to, put that goal out there in case we can't, in case, it's not possible, because we believe it may not be possible. So this is where I'm taking you to understanding and connecting with your inner power. Now, when we're talking about inner power, like when Bob, he would have emphasized that you are a living magnet. You're constantly, not just switching on, it's not like a light switch, we're not switching on and off. You're constantly attracting circumstances that align with your mindset now and with your belief now. Now, we're not judging or criticizing or fault or blame. That's a very low energy, low, heavy vibration. So we're going to look at, if I have now in this moment attracted the life that I have now, and attracting the circumstances, attracting anything that's in alignment with my mindset and belief. Let's just flip it around and say, right, if I can do this, and I can embrace the fact that my desires are so possible of coming into reality, because every single time that you embrace your desires, you're in charge of your energy. You're the one, and I always say your steering wheel, you're the one with your hands on the steering wheel. So you're drawing them opportunities. So we have our goal set, we have our dreams and our desires and our why, and everything is just, isn't this phenomenal? What's going to happen then when you have all this clarity? You're going to start drawing opportunities that resonate with this goal. You're going to start attracting people and places and contacts in alignment with this goal. So first of all, you want to acknowledge that you have this power. Not that it's external from you. Not that someone else has got this type of lifestyle or someone else was born into this family. Every single one of us is exactly the same. We may have a different physical form. We may have different nationalities. We may have different sexualities. We may have different visual features, but every single one of us has the exact same capabilities. So for you to acknowledge that you have the power to create your reality, like, it's essential for you to nurture this mindset now that supports your desires. And the moment that I really understood this, even for me to say that, okay? For me to say it, and for the first time that I heard it, I was going, I went into victim mode. I literally went into victim mode the first time I heard that I have the power to create my reality. So what are you trying to say? Are you trying to say that this all happened to me because, yeah, it did. I created that reality. I've created every reality in my life because my mind was set unconsciously. Now, and this is the most beautiful part about it, I created all that unconsciously. I didn't know I was in charge. But now that I do know that I'm in charge, I only think of where I want to go. I only have strong thoughts towards my goal. I only think, right, this is what I'm doing, this is where I'm going. Why would I think of the past? Why would I think of what happened before? Why would I think of lack? Because I don't want to manifest that into my reality. So now, every single time that you embrace your desires, what are you doing? You're vibrating at a frequency. You're really igniting that magnet to attract that towards you. So I want you to acknowledge this moment, this second, that you are in charge. You have the power. You are creating your reality. Don't go into victim mode and think, well, this has happened, that's happened, judgment, criticism. We don't do that because you don't want to recreate it, because in this moment, in this very moment, you are creating your tomorrow. So today has been created from past thinking. What we're living in this moment, what we're visually seeing around us in this moment, has been created unconsciously from past thinking. Whether it was a year, a month, a week, 3 months ago. Because everything that happens now, every conversation that we have, every thought that we have, they don't recede into the past. They go in the future and to meet us again. So the conversations, that's why I say align every conversation with what you want to come into your present reality. Align every thought with where you're going, not where you don't want to go. And this is where the freedom comes in, your freedom of thinking. Now, I would have thought worst case scenarios. I would have been programmed to be more protective. Oh, if this doesn't happen, I need this backup plan. I need to do A, B, and C. No. Not anymore. I changed that thought process. And to change a thought process, it can be, yes, at the beginning, it can be difficult to be accountable. It can be difficult to be consistent, to do something continually every single day and forward through with that every single day, because our non-productive habits and our non-productive beliefs are creating things that we don't want in our life. So we're taking 1 to 2 of those non-productive beliefs and habits and we're changing them on a continuous basis until it becomes natural. And to do this, we do it consistently start off with 30 days. Break it down really simply. Don't start with thinking, oh, I have to do this for the rest of my life, because you'll get so overwhelmed. And even at the beginning, I remember when I started my journey, one of the things that I wanted to be was early. I was always running late. I started my day late. I got up late. Everything else had a knock-on effect. And I wanted to change that non-productive habit, so I wanted to be an early riser. And I remember maybe about day 50 thinking, oh, I'm going to have to do this forever. I'm not going to be able to lie on my bed anymore. The craziest thing about it is you only have to do it until you don't have to do it anymore. I started to wake naturally. I started to love getting up early. I loved the time that I had by myself. Even now, at the weekends, I get up early. But, well, we've had weekends away or we're doing things. Yes, we can rest, relax. But now this part of me, instead of being that late riser, instead of running late for everything, I am painfully early for everything, because I've changed that programming. It's part of me now. It's like when a child starts to learn to walk, it becomes part of them. But from my awareness, at the start of my journey, I thought, oh, I have to do this forever. Why did I even start this? I had said that so many times. Why did I start this? If I didn't know, I would be ignorant. I would have just been living the same life over and over and over and over again. Well, now that you know this, and you know that you want more, and you have that desire, and you're acknowledging that you have the power to create your reality, I want you to take a moment now and reflect on any limiting beliefs that you have. Any limiting beliefs that may be holding you back. Not even holding you back, but keeping you in the stuck zone. Do you believe that this work is not possible for you? Do you believe that this is set out for someone else? Do you believe that it may be just for people that's got finances, that's successful, that's leadership roles? I want you to just ask yourself any limiting beliefs that you may have. I want you to question them. Question everything. Because when you're asking yourself these limiting beliefs that you have, are they truly yours? Just take a few moments. Write down anything that comes. The first one comes to your mind. And the first one that comes to your mind, that's probably the most dominating one. And as we write them out, now, when I started my journey, I would have wrote out every single day limiting beliefs that I had. I would have wrote them down and wrote the opposite. So to replace a non-productive habit, a non-productive belief, oh, what is the opposite of that? One belief that I would have had would have been very much so, money doesn't grow on trees. Money's so hard to come by. You have to work harder. No, not anymore. We work smarter. Money's the root of all the evil. Another one that I would have been brought up with. But that would have came from an awareness. And I've loved and embraced all that awareness. Whereas now, I know I'm the master. I'm the master. Money's not the master. I know now that I'm an early riser. I don't lie in. I know now that I'm an effective leader. I express myself effectively. Again, what is that belief and that inner talk that you're telling yourself? So these questions, okay? Question every single belief that you have. Ask yourself, are they truly yours? Or were they impressed upon you by other people? Were they impressed upon you by social media, by the environment that you were brought up in, by your parents, by your teachers, by your guardians? Again, question every belief that you have. Because when you release those beliefs that are no longer serving you, your journey is yours towards your dreams. And I would have heard myself saying many a time some things I was going, oh my goodness, that was just my mother speaking, or that was just a teacher in primary school speaking, because it came from that belief. So I want you to question everything today. Question everything going forward. Question, why am I limiting myself to doing this when I can do anything? I can be, do, and have anything that my heart desires. But it all comes with taking that action. When energy aligns, okay, and when particles come together and you're vibrating at a frequency and you're taking action. So when you are here and you are aligning two particles, your goal and you're coming together on a frequency and you're aligning on that same frequency of your goal achieved. So your goal is here, you're here, and you're aligning and you matching. What's going to come into the physical reality? You're going towards that goal. Your goal's coming towards you, and it's going to clash on a frequency. It happens in the physical reality. The goal must move into your physical reality. It must. So once you've connected with your desires, and you know that what's your goal, and you've recognized your inner power, you recognize that you have this magnet. What does inspired action look like? You're listening to your inner guidance. That inner power is guiding you, your intuition, your gut feeling. So inspired action is not forced. It's not that I have to sit behind this desk for 5 hours today. I have to do this, this, and this. That's not inspired action. It's being in the moment, listening to inner guidance. Someone's name may pop into your head. Lift a phone to them. An idea to go to a coffee shop, something that you may have went to years ago, pops into your head. Go do it. It flows naturally. This is what inspired action, it is not forced, it flows naturally from your alignment with your desires. Like this is a step-by-step movement towards your dreams, fueled by intuition and passion. So when I talk about intuition, I talk about one of your higher faculties that I would teach on, okay? So one of your higher faculties states that your imagination is your spiritual, okay? Your imagination, you close your eyes, you can develop and you can imagine and you can dream and it's all in your imagination. We can stretch that imagination. It's like your mental muscles. But your intuition, okay, another mental muscle. When was the last time that you sat in silence? When was the last time that you listened to your inner guide? When was the last time that you drowned out all that static, all that noise around you? And the world that we're living in at the moment, wherever you may be, there's a lot of noise. There's a lot of noise here in Manhattan. But again, I can be in my own calm, serenity place in the middle of noise. And when we go within, and this is me listening to my intuition, whether it's meditation, okay, whether it is just going into silent meditation, you're mentally rehearsing, you're asking for guidance. When you're doing this, this is where you hear that inner voice. So remember, the universe responds to your desires when you take action. If you talk about universe or God, whatever it may be for you, but God always says yes. And that is one quote that I have had embedded in me from day one. God always says yes. So when I go towards my action, I take the bold steps. It is up to me to take the action forward. It is up to me to keep moving forward. And if someone says to me, well, I don't know what action to take. Yes, you do. The answer is always inside you. It's that step that you're afraid to take that is going to cause the freedom for you. It is that cave that you fear to enter that is going to cause the freedom for you. So remember, God always responds to your desires. But you have to take the action first. And inspired action is rooted in love. It is rooted in passion. It is rooted in faith. So whenever you have maybe a fear that shows up, what's the opposite? Like fear, worry, doubt, that just comes from a lack of understanding. Whenever you study yourself and whenever you have so much knowledge, and study and understanding comes from developing you, understanding you. And that's where your faith is going to come in. So whenever you're taking action that is rooted in faith, that you know without a doubt, and you've so much passion, and you've love, so much love towards what it is that you're taking this step for. Imagine that you decide to take these small steps forward towards your dreams. These small steps every single day. To develop you, to understand you. Remember, even if it's just reaching out to somebody that inspires you, someone that you've maybe been following on social media, or maybe someone that you're taking inspiration from, whether it is maybe even enrolling in a course, like that first step can create a complete ripple effect in your life. Now, this is why coaching and mentorship changed my entire life. Totally transformed my life, upside down, inside out. But do you know what? It drew me closer to my goals. Like, start small. Set daily intentions that align with your desires. So set weekly intentions. Break it down into quantum leaps then. So we start daily, we go weekly, then we break it down into monthly and quarterly. And oh my goodness, watch how quick God opens up the doors. Because everything begins to open up. The doors where you may have thought you were up against a wall before, and especially, oh my goodness, there's been so many times that I thought I was up against it, but I just had to turn around because the door opened up. So when you're really looking, whether it is female or male, whatever, we've all males and females on here today, like your connection to your desire is often tied in the feminine energy, not male, not female. Okay, so don't get caught up in thinking that embodying the divine feminine energy is about male and female. Like, the masculine energy is very much in the doing, grinding away, sitting behind the computer, working. Okay, and that would be, like, we develop both. There's times that I'd be in my masculine, creating my programs, setting up, even for the events, there's all steps and processes we have to do before that. So that's very masculine. But then we look at the real powerful force of the feminine energy, and that's the being. That is the being that creates the creation, and that just manifests. So really embrace when you're manifesting anything into your life. Allow yourself to flow. Allow yourself to receive. Allow yourself to trust in the process of creation. And we spoke yesterday about the creation process. So reflect on this for a moment, okay? What does it mean for you to embody the feminine energy? Are you still in the male, the female, or are you seeing everyone as one? Looking at the energies and the frequencies, are you very in your masculine, as in working harder, grinding harder, working, you've only so many hours per day. So when we're in the being and the creating and the mentally rehearsing, what happens then? This is going to align you quicker and faster. So everything happens in divine timing. Everything. But if we are getting a balance, okay? A balance of, for me, there was a lot of processes at the start of my journey. I had my morning routine. I had all my processes, writing out. I would have wrote out my life script. I would have wrote out my goal. I would have wrote out numerous times. But as your awareness starts to shift, and as you begin to understand, okay, so I'm the creator of my reality. How do I want to call myself out on this? And how do I want to develop me? So reflect on this. What does it mean for you to embody this? Embody your journey, embody this real understanding of who you are. So whenever you start to realize that you have an intuition and you have the controls, where are you directing to? So as we wrap up today, I want you to look at today's lesson. I want to encourage you to take the insights now. I want you to encourage you to take them into your life. Acknowledge your desires. Connect with your inner power. And when I talk about connecting with your inner power, okay, I am talking very much so about being, understanding. Really, truly understanding and trust that everything is working out for your favor. It's not working against you. It's not happening to you. But know that you're really deserving of all your desires. So what desires do you have? What is the desires that you have? Where do you want to be? How do you want to show up? What legacy do you want to leave in your life? Because for so many of us, and I mean so many of us, we are living a life that is caught up in very much, what other people see, what other people are doing, and again, it can be very much so even like in social media now, and watching how other people are living their lives, sitting on the sidelines. So who is that person? I asked you yesterday, who is that person that embodies your desires? Who are you? What are the actions that align with that identity that you're creating? And what are the experiences that you want to have in life? What is those experiences you want to have in life? Because those experiences are so possible for you. Every single one of them. And we ask, we watch, we view, we see, we sit in the sidelines, we look at what everything else is happening and what everyone else is doing. But this, my friends, this is about you. This is about you and only you, not anyone else. I study myself, I work on myself, and whenever I work on myself, everyone else around me, and it's not being selfish, you will hear me saying this, if you're my energy, you will hear me saying this quite often. It's not about being selfish, it's about being selfless. So as I develop myself, every single person around me, then I fill my cup, they drink off my saucer. And I mean that because I fill my cup so much that everyone else is a ray of my sunshine. So the brighter that I shine, the more that I shine, the more that everyone else shines around me as well. 1 second, there we go. So going forward today, there's work in the progress, okay? I'm always a work in progress. I'm always studying myself. I'm always developing myself. And this is where we do it together. Every single one of us do it together. So I want you to take some time today, and there we go. My screen was playing up again. So I want us to take some time today, and I want you to ask yourself, if anything is possible for you, where do you want to be? What do you want to do? And how do you want to show up? Those 3 questions. 12 months from now, and I always go there with any one of my clients. I get them to close their eyes. I get them to ask themselves, where are you? What is it, a city that you're sitting in? Is it a beach that you're on? Is it the countryside? What location? Is it sunny? Is it cold? Is it wet? Is it snowy? What location? What are you doing? What brings you the most joy in life? What brings you the most joy? What fills you up? What excites you? What really, really, really sets you on fire? And the moment that you start asking that, what sets you on fire, then you ask yourself, who are you with? Who's around you? Who's all around you? Is it your friends? Is it your family? Is it your work colleagues? Who's there with you? Because whenever you get a clear idea, and you get that clear idea of who you are, where you're at, who's with you, we're starting to think in pictures. So as we're starting to think in pictures, what happens? It goes straight into your subconscious mind. Because whenever we are visualizing, your subconscious mind does not know what is true and what is false. Your subconscious mind has no idea. So as we're growing up, and as we are being programmed from such a young, early age, we believe to be true what we're being told. So why not now, when we are in charge, every single one of us is in charge of our destiny, do we not start with telling ourselves what it is that we want, how it is that we want to show up, what it is and where it is and whatever we want to do? Because we are here embarking on this journey together. Every single one of us. 12 months from now, where do you want to be? Now, these 2 days are phenomenal. These 2 days are amazing because these are going to give you motivation. This is going to give you an understanding that things are possible. This is going to give you an understanding that, okay, well, coaching, what does coaching involve? And I know a lot of people here today have been talking to me over this last few weeks, probably this last few months. So what does it involve? It involves me by your side for 6 months. It involves me taking you and seeing the gaps. And you're the first here to even hear this, because I haven't launched it at all. But I am launching my new program, and it is called Modern Manifestation. And what the 6 months coaching leading into 12 months of mentorship with me by your side to take you to where you need to be. So ask yourself a question. In 12 months, where do you want to be? Time's going to go anyway. The time is going to go anyway. So if this resonates with you, I invite anyone here to reach out, book a coaching call, get clear on your goals, on your dreams, on your desires, where you want to be, where you want to go, what you want to pull into your existence. Because she and he is in there already and is bringing this version to the surface. So tomorrow, my calendar is open for anyone that would like to have a one-to-one call. I invite you all to either reach out to me on the email. I will drop the email into, I will be sending you out the email now with all the recordings of day 1 and day 2. That will all go out now today. And then the link then to book a call. It's getting clarity. If you want to take it a step further, if you want to really step into that true version of you, if you're ready for it, if it resonates with you, I'm here to guide you. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for joining me over this last 2 days. It has been so exciting for me. I get so fired up. I get so much enjoyment out of these 2 days as well. Coming here, teaching you, helping you, guiding you to get you to where you want to be. So don't just allow this to be a motivational call, because motivation is very, very short-lived. And within a day, you will feel amazing. And then what happens then when motivation dwindles? We go back to the same hamster wheel again. So every day, be your best version. Allow those desires to come to the surface. Grab life, and I mean grab life by the scruff of the neck, and enjoy every single second of it. So again, thank you. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you for coming here today, and I will see you again soon. Hopefully I will see some of you tomorrow. Just reach out with the link in the email that you'll receive. Have an amazing day. Take care. Bye-bye.